Yeah, sure, why not? Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Hilk empath, and I just like having these little talks of the way I feel about things. Birds are going out the window. I'm cracking up. It's like, are you sure you want to start the stream? Sure, why not? We'll see how it goes. Who knows? Today is, uh, what is the vibe of today? National Pet Rescue Day. I'm like, every day is Pet Rescue Day around here. I got 4 all from the Basset Beagle Rescue or the Heartland. It's funny, like when I got dressed this morning, I opened the shirt drawer and I went deep. I went deep today and got one I haven't worn in a while. And this one says, This girl loves her beagle." Should put an S on it because I got 4. They all came, well, one's beagle-ish. She's honorary, Luna. Maybe she's got a splash. She's got a splish splash or something. Call her Sugar Hips. She's the way she walks, she wiggle waggles. She came from South Carolina. Luna, opposite path of totality. Yeah, she hit more points than I don't know anybody else I know. She was 40 minutes from being put down. Yeah, I get to give her a good life now, and we're all getting older, man. It was like, talk about hindsight 2020, which everyone is talking about incidentally, and my hindsight right now is because all these, memories 10 years ago come up when they're puppies, and, oh yeah, I just bought a new house, like, I have, like, I put it all together, and then 10 years later, they're all getting old, they're already, we used to play Frisbee for hours in the backyard, hours, and now he's like, his joints hurt, I need to see about getting him some Rimadol because he hurts. I know it because I know how things work, and because I know how my I know what my pains hurt from things that I did when I was a little girl. I was just telling Mom, I was like, Mom, I said, I am a little old lady more than you are. She just laughs. I said, I have to pee more often. My back's all decrepit. I'm just like, she's like, you used to put yourself through a lot more. Because I was such a knucklehead, I would do anything to figure it out. That's my exist, to figure stuff out. In Western, Aries Sun, Scorpio Moon, Cancer Rising, Vedic, Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, Gemini Rising. That's why I'm blissed out, man. This is my time. And it's been overcast, and like the weather's supposed to be this same repeated weather for like the next 6 days. They're just stuck in the loop. This is a timeline I'm just chilling in, I'm just vibing in, and other people are uncomfortable because this is dreamy for me. People want reality. I live in an alternate reality. I live in a higher dimension because I freed myself up from what no longer serves me. All that 3D junk, and more people are doing it, and I'm so excited for the company. Beagle Basset Rescue the Heartland, man, good organization. I thought of an app. I met with them and stuff, I'm an IT by trade background, college, whatever. It's all paper, it's all certifications that mean nothing now. I'm a caregiver. I give care. I give a care. That's what I do. I don't really get paid for it. I get by. The universe takes care of me by the skin of my teeth. But always has. Takes care of the drunks and fools, and at times I've been both. So yeah, I had an idea for an app, and because I had all the logistics mapped out. I'm not a programmer, so I knew it wasn't time. I got to meet the programmer, people that do the logistics, But it had the whole supply chain, and it had like 4 different facets. One facet for the rescue asset, because a lot of their dogs that they rescue are from the South because of the same vibrational frequency that these people are in. Dogs are not beings because they aren't beings. So they treat them poorly because they were treated poorly, and it's just a vicious growth cycle, and they use them for a hunting season, and when they're done, they don't put a freaking bullet in their face, they dump them off someplace, and it's just a low vibrational existence, and it's been, it's just what people do, just because what they've always done. I'm just doing my what I'm doing job squad. Bleh. So they rescue a lot of dogs from the South. So the interface I had, it had an aspect for the dog rescue, and then they had a clinic, so all the fosters could bring the dogs in to get their heart medicine and get their nails trimmed, and it even had the supply chain management function. So oh, and they all provide their dog food for all the fosters too, because the fosters, man, they got to make it happen. I failed at fostering. That's why I have 4 dogs, because I failed. I know it's gonna be hard one day, and I can't think about that. That's why I'm like, I'm so sensitive about everything anyway, you know. I just gotta be, and I can't think about the heart space, you know, because they're all heart. We're all just a heart. Everything that lives is alchemy, and we're just a heartbreak waiting to happen. We really are. You know, that first day, that first timeline after a big, huge loss, it's a blow, man. It's a blow. I'm in that vibration now when it's like, you know, when it's the new next huge, big norm, as if there's ever a normal. It's just a different timeline, you know? Only I don't, well, brats. Only I don't get any tax credits for them, you know? But it don't matter, because I love them so much. Anyway, so, emotional control, Marge. You're happy, not sad. It's the song. I got emotional because of the song, too. So, it had a play for the tracking of the, so the routes. Let me clear my field a second here. It had a section for the, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. I used to do it. Transport. Because they had stretches. So, like, I had an idea for the map, you know, and I don't even care who uses my ideas. If people freaking take my ideas and use them, they throw them out there, you know. Use my ideas. Just give credit where credit's due. That's all I care. My PayPal is straightpeoplelikeRainbows2@gmail.com. Anyway, so you tap on the map, and then it, you know, you could account for that stretch of what you're going to do, and it, you know, and it had the weather interface of the weather conditions, because in the Midwest, the freaking weather gets treacherous. So you got to account for all these little details and things, you know. Tech is glitchy, and there's all these things that, you know, people don't account for, and that's why we're figuring out tech is getting glitchy, and things are gonna get hard for people. I'm tech support. You got questions about tech, I can help you with IT stuff. You know, I just said my email address. I'm here to help. You know, you got questions, send me a question. I'll do a video about it, or maybe we could Zoom or something, because I got tips for everybody. You know, that people, I mean, like these scams that they have you, like virusware protection and stuff, that's a freaking scam in itself. It's constantly looking at your stuff. I mean, think about it. You put stuff on your machine. Everybody's all worried about data, and you put stuff on your machine that is constantly monitoring your data. It's another outside source, and I'm just like... And there's freaking cheaters in everywhere, so you know there's people looking at your stuff. Taking pictures, all the blackmail, the bribery. Anyway, so the astrology right now is really extra dreamy and escapey and stuff like that. In the olden days, in my younger days, I'd just be like, you know, it'd be my whiskey drinking time. It would be the energy that I'm feeling right now, but I don't do that no more. I keep spirit now, all my spirit in me now, and I wish I could sometimes. I just can't. So, but the control freaks, they're having a hard time right now. People that have to control everything, because now is not the time to freaking be controlling anything. Now is the time to be a spectator in your soul sack, to just kind of be witnessing life as it happens, as it's unfolding, because people are freaking nutty. And I have a story over here on my page. I read it. I had to get up. I was all comfy. I was all new. I had to get up and I'm like, Mom, ain't this some bullshit? Listen, check this out. So there's a car dealership. Car dealerships are a racket anyway, man. I mean, it's just all freaking crap. The fact that, I mean, it's just people that buy new cars, and then the ones that lease them every 2-3 years, they're probably like flat earthers and stuff at some point. They're on their way. I don't know. Anyway, so this car dealership in Southern California, everything's been impacted, and people aren't even thinking about ways about how this is impacting things. And so people, 26-year-old girls, hey Benzo, hey buddy, are dropping their cars off to get repaired, you know, because, you know, the car dealership says, oh, warranty work, you know, this is void. Yeah, there's safety ones in there that are important, but a lot of them are just like, you know, generating money just at the end. It's just all a racket. And so she drops it off, and then several people do this, right? Because I know someone personally just had their car at a dealership for warranty work like recently. So I mean, this is something, and I would, even if I had a new car, I'm like, it's a recommendation. I don't take recommendations. I never have, because the people that recommend this stuff are freaking whacked, and they just want to make money. And I work too hard for mine. I'm not trying to give freaking my money that I work hard to freaking idiots. So I went through a great deal of effort in my life to learn all this stuff, so I don't have to freaking go and use anybody else. But there's still need people, because we're human spirits having a human condition. Anyway, so all these people drop their car off, and then then people start getting sick, and then so people aren't going to work, and then, you know, they're taking the vacation, the unemployment vacation, you know. And I know a lot of people make way more on unemployment right now than in the other stuff that, you know, they're like, whatever, I don't need to go back to work, whatever, I'm starting my side job and stuff. And that's what this is all about, and astrology is unfolding and setting people up to do that. So good for you. So all these people dropped their car off, and then they got backed up. Right? So the powers that be, the brilliance, the CEOs, the people that make millions and billions from freaking interest and made-up reindeer games that piss away money while the cracks of society keep getting bigger because their egos are just out of control. Because of the power hungry and the imbalance in them and stuff like that. Their solution to all these backed up vehicles was to have them towed. And then they didn't have them towed to the city impound. That was what their solution was. So tens of people, maybe 100, all these people had their car towed, weren't informed, and then the tow company, they're getting notices of lien of their title. Oh, Mike, what? Yeah, and if you don't come pay $6,000 cash. Ain't that a racket? The truth is being revealed, man. 2020. Year of clear vision. I'm saying. And the control freaks, because, dude, the people that are in charge, they're not in charge because they have good ideas. They're in charge because they're rich. And there's more and more people that are rich now. As far as I'm concerned, at any other point in time in history, there's more money because they just keep printing money. And they just keep printing and just, you know. And so the people that are really, really rich now, they're not rich because they're freaking great, ingenious minds, brilliant minds that care about humanity and society. They're rich because somebody died and left them a bunch of money. And that's, you know, and then people always get their way when they get money. It's not because, you know, so the ideas don't happen because they're good. It's because people chase the money. But it's gotten to this world, into this 3D mire, and us higher spiritual beings are like, what the fuck is... We're over here chilling out, trying to raise our vibe and stuff, you know, thinking people were living in integrity and stuff. And I came back in online and was like, what? And the dissidents, man. The dissidence is freaking wild. People are going... They're going nutty. Ooh, they're going nutty. Like, it's time to see if there's anybody in the chat. I've been and see how long I've been yammering. The whole thing is run by... It's so... How you doing, Changing Stone? I hope you're good today. It's all crumbling down. It's all... So I mean, I don't really buy... I mean, yeah, all the... There's truth in every story, and there's lie in every story, and it's all perspective, and... Well, I don't even know if there's lie in every story, because I really try to be really accurate about things. I'd have to rethink that. Anyway, so what else? I don't really want to go on too long. I just thought that was really interesting. Yeah, National Pet Day, man. These guys saved my life. That's how stressed out I am. I gotta have 4 rescue dogs, you know. But I figure it out because I know about aches and pains and stuff, and how, you know. And these people. That's why it's like another opportunity, another silver lining in this time out, is that, you know, pro sports and what people put themselves through to, you know. They sell themselves. They sell their souls. This is what people talk about when they talk about, when I think about selling souls, is like when you're willing to compromise. I sold my soul when I was willing to compromise 6 years of my life to Uncle Sam for an education, and now I don't use nothing. I'm a caregiver. You know, it's a pretty important job to Mom. She likes it. There's a new device. I think, I don't know. I'm a little curious, but it's a new device. Hopefully, I'm checking out that it has, because we got an old DVD, and old DVDs, when you update them, it's like everybody packed up their toys and went home, and Samsung, the ones that don't, they like companies won't put the effort into making updates for old equipment. They're just freaking whatever. So they're just going to quit updating, and then they drop off the devices. So I have a device that's probably like 10 years old, and it had, you know, all Pandora, all the apps on them, and now it's down to like Netflix. So it ain't suitable solution, because, you know, Mom and I like to watch stuff together in the evenings, time to time, or in the morning. She likes to watch my YouTube videos sometimes. And YouTube isn't on this app, it isn't on, but so I found a device with all these on it again. So hopefully, you know, she's like, "Can we watch it?" I'm like, "I'm gonna do it live." And she's like, "Can we watch it when you're done?" I'm like, "Mom, they're usually like an hour. You're probably gonna be asleep when I'm done." "Oh, okay." I'm like, "We can watch it tomorrow." "Okay." I was like, "Mom, maybe one day I'll set it up so you can watch me live in here." And I'll be in there doing the live, and you can watch me on TV in here. How's that? "Oh, okay." she's like, "You've always come up with the you've always just been a thinker." You've always come up with, you just always have, you're always thinking about so many things at once. I'm like, yeah, ain't that a blessing and a curse? So yeah, the control freaks are really having a hard time right now, because the energy isn't allowing it. The energy is making people sit back and freaking watch the show, and it's just all illusionary, and it's all fluid, and hey, it's Gemini, so it's a prominent placement in my chart, so I'm vibing. I freaking dig it. I really dig it. But other people aren't, you know. This is my wheelhouse, is what a common term is, what people like to say. This is my wheelhouse. This is my comfy spot. And for those that like to, you know, control their lives and everything around them, and you know, all that stuff, and well, it's going to be uncomfortable, because there's no flow in that. And the energy in that is just, people are quickly understanding the idea and the principle and the flow of the true spirit of what money is really supposed to. It's not supposed to sit in made up, you know, places, and it's supposed to, currency is quickly becoming our heart space and our own spark and electricity. That is what is going to be the new currency of the earth. Hopefully one day I'll be able to travel around and go visit people all over. Freaking, I couch surf for years. I couch surf. I didn't have an address. That's why, for me, people like me, 2331, it was a huge deal when I bought that house. It was. That's where, you know, 10 years ago, that's where I was, you know. Then you look, or, actually, it was, 2012, it was 8 years ago, so the cycle had started then. You know, it was just happy days. It was happy days. And happy days are still, but now we got a little bit more bumps in the road, because everybody's getting, you know, Ari's getting older, and Luna's older, and I think Luna's always been older than, so she has a vet appointment here. God, I made it like 4 weeks ago, and June 2nd, you know. And I just try and love them while I got them, you know, because fucking, just like me, freaking ain't nobody did them a favor. Well, Artie has been with me since he was 7 weeks old, but he's like me too. He's so sensitive because of the stress that was accumulated when he was in vitro, and that is a very real thing that people need to look at. Addison's disease. Helen Redding, incidentally, was the the surprise practitioner, the speaker teacher of that one, the singer of I Am Woman, yeah, isn't that apropos? She's the one that did a talk about um, Addison's disease, and I'm like, it makes sense, you know, makes sense. Low birth weight. I was 10 pounds, and I was still only 6 pounds 4 ounces. I mean, all the medical markers. I've reached all the medical markers, all the determiners. You know, all the things that they put in books that make you, you know. But I didn't know, and in my diagnosis, in a lot of areas when I was diagnosed, I know I was diagnosed. And I have a teacher. I just don't want to know. I mean, I could find out, you know, about or how to go about my record, because I remember the testing. I was tested all the time, always tested. What is wrong with you? What is the matter with you? Why don't you? And I'm like, because I'm a high vibrational being. Even when I played and I live from my heart space. Even when I played cards, on my dad's side, we'd go down for visitation and stuff. Whenever there were cards, I learned how to play cribbage when I was 4 or 5 years old because I wanted to participate. Just teach me, I can do it, and I could. I picked things up. I started playing chess when I was 4 or 5 years old. You know, never won because they never let me win because they wanted to teach me lessons, and there wasn't the vibrational frequency of what it felt like to ever fucking win. So. You know, it's just practice for them because I was just like a little robot, you know. So I was tested and I had all these markers and stuff, but it fell on deaf ears because it was in the 70s and we were freaking, Mom had her own stressors and her own things to worry about. And, you know, an autistic kid I thought I was artistic, so I started drawing everything. I got stuck on that. And I have sheets and sheets of paper with my little sacred geometry and whatever, you know. It's just all energy. It's all creative energy. It's all expressive energy. That's all art is all the creation and vision that you have in your spirit and your mind and your contents and your currency, and you manifest that in a 3D visual way. We all got a little God in us. Yep, some people have a little more God in them than they think than they oughta, man. The God complexes, man. Hello, I mean, it's just like 101, and these are the people that are running the world. Unimaginative, low vibrational beings in freaking multi-$1,000 suits, and it's just really hard to watch. But there's cool stuff coming out about it. Like, I like the ladies' channel that freaking because that's what I do with people all the time, just always freaking. But no, that's not true. That's not true. Let me reiterate. I don't want to know people's energy, so most of the time I'm ignoring it. It's when I come across somebody that's just really creepy, that's when I gotta say something. I mean, come on. You know, you ain't being cute. You ain't being friendly. You're being an ass. I put people in check all the time. And I've been put in check before, and those times that by strangers, I've been put in check by strangers, and that's because we exist to put people in check, to be there in life, to be, you know. But check might not just be like, you know, it could just aware you that you're acting in a way that maybe you're not even aware that you're acting. You know, maybe you don't know. You know, read your crowd. You know, but people, they have these complexes, and all a complex to me is they're in a vibrational frequency, and that is a much different experience than everyone else is having as a general whole, but it's still very real to them, and everything that is lined up in their life to lead up to that point has all been very real to them. But to us, we're like, psh, you're a freaking piece. You're a piece in a game. You're a tool. Piece, toss, disregard. And it's in all these industries: entertainment, pro sports, politics. It's all where the big, huge money is. I won't work with big, huge money. I got a really cool compliment today. Somebody recommended that I write. And I'm like, maybe one day, you know, maybe I'll get some dictation software and I'll just start, blah, 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 you know. But that's a nightmare in itself because that's software, and it's more updates and more incompatibility and just more and more and more. So they recommend it. You know, there's a guy that does a video, I guess, that recommends how to do that, and I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'd rather handwrite it out, my thoughts and stuff on paper than freaking work with a big company with Amazon. But maybe they will change their heart space and it will be different. Maybe that will be different. Just because I don't work with people or have any high opinion of them now doesn't mean that tomorrow, the old bozo or whatever his name is going to have a spiritual awakening because he's a person. He could just start freaking just making things real good for a lot of people. But he's not that today. He's a very, very, very 3D human being. Very, very set in his ego. And it's all about, they equate currency, which is based on nothing, as power. But the power of it, of course, the guy's like 5'8", 5'9", he's bald, he's not really attractive dude, he has a lot of money. I mean, his background, he's like, yeah, he's probably picked on, now he's in a position, now he's just freaking taking that, and he could have used it for good. We're all stepping into our freaking Star Wars phase, yeah. What's your superpower gonna be? I got telekinesis. I read people pretty good. I'm like an esoteric Sherlock. Anyway, I think I'm about done. I think I've said my piece. For now, let's see, I was going to talk about the software. I was going to talk about National Pet Day. I smell a skunk coming through, wafting in through the window, and I smelled one last night, so that tells me I was close. So that also tells me that when I let the dogs out at night, I need to be careful. That it's because one of them, that happened one night. One was on, because I have the fence, but the fence is like that like cheap wire stuff you could stick in like gardens and stuff like that you get at Home Depot or Lowe's box stores. It's those, and then I have like blankets and tarps over them to obstruct the view because there's so much foot traffic in Luna directs. So that's my solution. I just block off the view. So, I mean, they already get mad because, and it's not like on the whole fence line. There's parts that are missing, but I have like branches and stuff. It's kind of neat. It looks different to me. Good enough. Whatever. One day I'll move. So, and I let two of them out, and it was late at night, and there's a little footpath where cats and varmint and stuff go on my side, and on the other side of the creek is where the deer and turkeys and stuff like that is a broader path that pass by. But there's a skunk right there, and I saw him when Tucker saw him, and Tucker walked up to him, and I was like, hi, curious, and then the skunk turned around, and I was like, no. Don't. And I like grabbed Tucker and just like tilted him. I felt so bad. I felt like, oh my god. I'm like, for anybody that's ever tipped a cow over, you asshole, because that's what I felt like. I tipped him over on his side, and he like kind of yelped a little bit, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I mean the alternative, because I don't got running water, so, and it was like 11 o'clock. It was later at night, so the logistics of that in itself, I'm thinking trip to the store, tomato juice, gallons of water, rinsing the dog at night. It was cold. It was fall. Just is a nightmare. So I'm just like, we mean no harm. Cooperation is nature's way. Yeah. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.